Hi, my name is Thaddeus Ferber, and I'm 35 years old.
And what are you doing right now to make the world a better place?
So right now, I'm working at a national nonprofit called the Forum for Youth Investment, which is working to ensure that all young people are ready for work, college, and life.
Great. And what are some of the programs you're working on with that right now?
So our Ready by 21 initiative works across the country to help communities and states bring all the different pieces of a youth agenda together to make an overall concerted effort to make communities a great place to grow up in.
Great. And how did you get to where you are now? Kind of what's the story behind your involvement in this?
It really started when I was a young person myself. Started in high school for me, where when I was in high school was the time that the LA riots were breaking out, and I really came from a suburban community, and the images that would fill up the newspapers and the TV screens just made it abundantly clear that there's no level playing field in this country, and that uh, not all young people have what I had to help me be successful in life. And so it really began a lifelong mission to make sure that all young people, wherever they live, anywhere in the country, that they have what they need to reach their God-given potential.
Was there a moment that served as inspiration, or was it kind of a gradual realization that something needed to be done?
You know, it's almost as early as I have memories. I knew I wanted to make a difference in some way, well back before high school, and I think the LA riots were a crystallizing experience for me. As was I was working in an organization in my high school called Common Ground, actually, where we brought together, we had a Latino student association, a gay student association, an Asian student associations, and all sorts of single population organizations, and we brought them all together to say, how do we work together to make this school more inclusive, more diverse environment? And I think that also, that experience of starting to bring people together to work together towards a higher, better good is also something that's stuck with me throughout my career.
Great. What are some of the ways you've worked across traditional boundaries to get things done, or kind of broken traditionally defined stereotypes?
Yeah, so the Form for Youth Investment, what we do every day is we go into communities and we find, we bring the mayor and the school superintendent and the people working on youth violence and the people working on school dropouts and the people working on teen pregnancy all together, and we help them come up with a broader set of goals that all of them are striving towards together. And then we work through with them to find ways to align all of their efforts together towards those common goals.
Great. What are some of the challenges that you see facing young people today?
It's really one of the hardest times for young people that we've seen in a long time in this country. The youth unemployment rate is as high as we've ever measured it. And in any poll that's out there, this is the first time in a long time that neither young people nor adults think that young people are going to do as well as their parents' generation did. And I think that's a very hard message in a country as forward focused and optimistic as the United States is. So it's a combination of young people who haven't had as good training and skills and background as needed to compare them to compete in a very challenging global recession environment.
Great. And to finish up, what advice do you have for a young person who wants to get more involved in their communities with the political process or youth mobilizing? What would you tell them?
What I generally tell to young people who want to get engaged is, one, absolutely do it. I think it's young people, we're seeing young people who aren't able to find jobs right now, keeping themselves moving forward, keeping themselves inspired by, instead of saying, well, I can't get a job, I can't do anything to contribute, seeing it as an opportunity and saying, well, if I can't get a job, how can I get involved and support and move towards the type of change that I want to do? The second thing I would tell a young person is look for allies, look for nonprofits that are already doing similar work. A lot of times a young person will come up with a great idea and their first instinct is, I'm going to create a new organization, I'm going to create a new nonprofit. And it ends up being a lot of wasted energy in terms of learning the legalities and the paperwork that's better spent doing your mission and achieving what you're trying to do. So absolutely get involved and look for existing nonprofits that you can partner with that can help sponsor your work and give you the organizational backing that you need to proceed.